leadership qualities do you believe are essential for a successful CFO that might not be that critical in a controller level role?
So, a controller more closer to the numbers, and they make sure that all the numbers work from an accounting point of view. CFOs, on the other hand, they drive growth. And the controller's job is to enable that growth. So the CFO has the vision for the growth and the strategy for the growth, but the controller is the one that executes that growth. So CFO operates in a strategic heads-up position, is the way we describe it, with the eyes in the horizon, and controllers operate more in the heads-down position, which means they're more tactically thinking about how so that whatever the CFO's vision is executed. They get into the nitty-gritty details that can make or break the company's operations. So strategic thinking is one of the most essential traits that a controller must have in order to be able to aspire and move into their role of a CFO.
Got it. Okay. So in your experience, you would have seen many finance controllers transitioning into CFOs successfully, while some others may not. So in your view, what are the most critical skills a finance controller should develop to prepare for a CFO role?
So I believe that the CFO, so if you want to be a CFO, you need a broader understanding of the world of finance, not just accounting. Then it's required for a controller. A controller, typically, they grew up through the Big Four audit firm. They were auditors before, then they became financial manager, and then they go into the controller role. However, if you want to be a CFO, you need to understand more than just the accounting of the business. You need to understand how the business works, how everything is put together. So strategic decision-making, like I was saying earlier, is very important to the CFO role. And controllers must be able to move from the heads down position, which they are currently, to a heads up position. So you need to lift up your head and not get too much in the nitty-gritty in order to actually become a good CFO. And in order to transition well into that role, they need to have the ability to manage other aspects of the business. So they need to understand how treasury management work, cash management. They need to understand the inefficiencies that are in the operations. So they don't just compile the data and pass it on to the CFO. They need to start looking at the data and trying to make sense of the data and understand, okay, so what does this mean? Where's the trend going? Why has this happened? So what they will need to do, they need to understand more investment analysis. They need to understand maybe mergers and acquisition. Do we grow organically or inorganically? Inorganic growth is through mergers and acquisitions. So you buy other companies in order to get bigger. Organic growth means we look at our business now, we look at how our operations is working, we think about where we want to be 5 years down the road, and then we think about what are the resources that we need to grow the business to where we need to be internally. So we need financial resources. Now you have to think about financial planning. How much capital do we need to raise? How much debt and equity do we need to put in the business in order to be able to grow? So as a controller, that's not your concern before. But as a CFO, that's your day-to-day concern. So as you're grooming yourself to go from controller to CFO, you need to start thinking about those things and how to develop yourself to be positioned to be able to think and deliver those things for the company.